Exciting one for that matter, because we will be having the Mashemeji Derby. That is tomorrow, Sunday, at the Afra Stadium. We're doing this in Nakuru today, and yes, we will be talking much about what we should expect in matters to do with Gor Mahia against AFC Leopards. Talk about these two clubs. Yes, for the 50th year in the running, they will be playing the Mashemeji Derby, because the first time they did, it was in May 5th, 1968 to be specific, and that is after the Luo Union and also the Luo sports club actually merged and formed the Mashemeji Derby. On the other side, that is AFC Leopards, who then were the Abeluya AFC, and Gor Mahia, which 40 days after the merging of the two clubs, they played the first Mashemeji Derby. I know a lot of Kenyans don't know about that, but it is going to be spicy, it is going to be epic, but it's just a matter of hours, matter of a day, and we will get to know who again will be a victor in that very, very crucial derby. Just matters of bragging rights it will be. I'm joined by coach himself, Dylan Kerr. It will be an epic match. What do you expect actually in that match? And actually in Nakuru, how is it for you?
Well, I'm hoping because it's the 50th anniversary, there's going to be lots of supporters that come and support this fantastic occasion. It's the league opener, and it's just a matter of making sure that my players are well on top of the game, so we go into the game really, really hungry, ready to give a good battle and a good performance.
Talking about a good battle and make it be a spicy one, yes, it is expected to be. Team manager, Jolawi, I know you've been in this team for quite a number of years, and yes, tomorrow, another very, very important day for your club. What should the fans expect, if at all, they will be grazing that match?
Usually, it's not an easy match. And even it sometimes we even say it's not even a question of form, because sometimes sometimes back you realize that Gor was really on top, could have very good players, but then I don't know. By the end of the day, you find that they don't win. That is when this notion came that it's not a question of form. But I would like to say, so far we have prepared well, the coaching staff. And Dylan Kerr, they have worked so well. The players, they have been gelling. Of course, we brought in new players. And I have to thank the office for this, because we have had our pre-season here. And I think we are prepared for this match. Yeah.
Talking about preparation, yes, a lot will be expected from that game. It's never an easy game, as the team manager is saying. But talking about it being easy or hard, tomorrow it is going to be a very, very enticing game, because all the players and also the technical bench will just try as much as possible to be able not only to go out there and win that tie, but give their fans something to smile before the beginning of the Kenyan Premier League season, which will kick off on February 2nd. Now, Abdullah Ahmed is on the other side, and I know for Abdullah Ahmed, he always says that watagaragazana, watatoana kivumbi, na pengine itakuwa ni yule ambaye atabobea zaidi atapata kunyakua ule ushindi. Lakini mbivu na mbichi itapata kujulikana hiyo kesho, itakuwa ni Gor Mahia ama itakuwa ni AFC Leopards ambao watapata kutamba kistadi na pengine kupata kutoa ushindi. Abdullah Ahmed, pengine ni nini wachezaji wa Kogalo wanapata kutarajia katika mechi hiyo ambayo itagaragazwa katika uwanja wa Furaha hapa jijini Nakuru? Abdullah.
Na asante sana Moses Wakisi. Wanasema nyasi zitaumia siku ya Jumapili katika uwanja wa Furaha katika kaunti ya Nakuru. Wachezaji 22 ama hata zaidi watajumuishwa, na ili kujua mengi kuhusiana na wachezaji wenyewe, na jiunga na miongoni mwa wachezaji ambao watakuwa nguzo muhimu katika dimba la Super Cup ambayo itagaragazwa siku ya Jumapili. Kwanza ni nahodha Harun Shakava ambaye amekabidhiwa mikoba ya kuiongoza klabu yenye mataji mengi zaidi nchini Kenya. Naizungumzia Kogalo ama Gor Mahia ukipenda. Harun Shakava, umejitayarisha vipi kama Gor Mahia kwa mechi hiyo?
Kwa rahisi, kwa kuwa derby ni game ngumu, timu yote inaweza shinda, lakini tuna kesho itakuwa result fit kwetu.
Umechukua mikoba ya kuwa nahodha wa klabu ya Gor Mahia kutoka kwa Captain Fantastic, wengi wamemuita Musa Mohamed. Ni jukumu ambalo kwako kwanza hongera, unalichukuliaje wewe kama kiongozi wa Gor Mahia?
Si mara ya kwanza, kwa kuwa pia Tanzania nilikuwa nahodha tukabeba ile SportPesa Cup, lakini jukumu kubwa kwa kuwa ni timu kubwa, majukumu pia ni mengi, mafans pia wanataka results, itakuwa ngumu, lakini pia tutangangana kwa kuwa tuko na quality pia kwa team. Wachezaji wengine wametujoin, wame-add value pia kwa timu yetu. So na season itakuwa tu fiti.
Na kuhusiana na mechi yenyewe, morale ya wachezaji, nimeona mkifanya mazoezi, kulikuwa na motisha kwa wachezaji wote. Wachezaji, hali iko vipi katika kambi kabla ya kuingia uwanjani kesho?
Wachezaji wote wanatarajia kuanza game, kila mtu ako ready na game ya kesho kwa kuwa ni wengi pia hawajacheza derby, lakini ni game tuka ingine, lakini kila mtu ana motisha kesho na kila mtu ana morale ya game ya kesho.
Asante sana Harun Shakava, nahodha wa klabu ya Gor Mahia, na kutakia kila laheri katika mechi ya kesho. Kuhusiana na wachezaji ambao wanajulikana katika ligi kuu ya soka nchini, wameshamiri kuchezea timu mbalimbali na hivi sasa amejiunga na klabu ya Gor Mahia kutoka Tusker FC, mabingwa wa ligi kuu ya soka nchini mwaka 2016 kabla ya Gor Mahia kuchukua taji. Kwa hiyo ametoka kwa mabingwa ameingia kwa mabingwa hivi sasa, na mzungumzia kiungo Humphrey Mieno, miongoni mwa wachezaji ambao walikuwa katika orodha ya wanaowania tuzo ya mchezaji bora wa 2017. Karibu, najua umekaribishwa katika ya Kogalo. Unajisi vipi kuwa mchezaji wa Gor Mahia kwanza?
Asante sana. Kwanza najisi poa kujoin Kogalo. Imekuwa ni experience fit na pia imekuwa ni time. Imekuwa ni long overdue yani ni kujoin, lakini sasa tumefika hapa na nasikia ni poa sana. Wachezaji pia wamenikaribisha vizuri, technical bench na executive, kila kitu iko poa. Matayarisho
kwa mechi ya kesho yamekuaje?
Tumejitayarisha vyema kwa sababu tuko pia na wiki mbili za kufanya mazoezi. Tumecheza pia mechi moja ya kirafiki. Sasa tukienda kwa hii mechi na feel tuko poa, tushajitayarisha vile inafaa.
Umejitayarisha vile inafaa. Na mashabiki, pengine kama una ujumbe wote kwa mashabiki, unaweza ambiaje mashabiki ambao tayari wako Nakuru hivi sasa na wengine ambao watasafiri kesho Gor Mahia, ujumbe kwao ni upi?
Naambia wakuje kwa wingi na watarajie mechi mzuri.
Asante sana na kila laheri. Nimezungumza na wachezaji ambao watahusika katika mechi ya kesho, na hivi sasa itabidi niregeshe mikoba kwa mwenzangu Moses Wahisi, aliendelea na taarifa ama na mahojiano na mkufunzi na pia team manager wa Gor Mahia.
Naam, Abul Ahmed, ni kweli kabisa. Ukiwa upande huo wako, najua ni mechi ambayo wengi watatarajia kuwa pengine wana Gor Mahia watapata kuchukua ustadi pengine na kunyakua ushindi, lakini kumbuka haitakuwa ni mechi rahisi kwa sababu kila mara ambapo timu hizi mbili zinapata kucheza katika ile derby inakuwa ni ngumu sana, hususan kusema kuwa ni timu fulani iko katika hali nzuri kuliko ile nyingine, kwa sababu wachezaji wote hujizatiti kabisa kujaribu kutoa ushindi. Pengine Jolawi, I take you back to the memory lens. I know you remember that game actually, the first Mashemeji derby after the two clubs actually merged, that is Luo Union and also Luo Sports Club. Very, very impressive match that ended 2-1. And I remember for AFC Leopards, who were very, very sad at that time, it's things that we read from the history because those days were not yet in this world. Joka Denge missed a very, very crucial penalty.
Well, I was not there. But from what we are reading, we are told, and what we later learned, that it was a very difficult match. The first match for Gor Mahia against FC. After formation, within 40 days. But by the end of the day, Gor Mahia put a sterling performance and won that match 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1 it was. Dylan, a lot of history actually coming between these two clubs. A lot of rivalry has always been there for the 50 years that they have been playing against each other. Which kind of a match should we expect from your foot soldiers when they line up tomorrow against FC Leopards?
Well, as you said, the name history, you know, it's part of life, you know, and everybody remembers winners and they become part of history. Nobody remembers runners-up. So, you know, we're talking 50 years. We're remembering the players that played. I think you said earlier on that the biggest margin was 5-1 in 1975. So, as I always said to these players, you know, go and create a part of history so your children, your grandchildren, your great-great-great-grandchildren can remember your name, that you were part of the Mashemeji Derby in 2018, and you won the thing, you know, and that's what football is about, and it's giving back. This is a game that's giving back to the community, giving back to the fans. It reminisces of the Charity Shield in the UK when that game is between the cup winners and the league champions. So everybody thinks it's a league opener, there's nothing involved in it. There's always something involved in it. You want to win a competition, this is a competition, and these players, I'm hoping after this morning, with what you've seen in training today, the spirit's high, the tempo's great, the smiles and laughter, and also the competition is fantastic. So I'm hoping that we take that onto the field tomorrow at 3 o'clock when the kickoff starts.
Yeah, we're talking about that kickoff, and you said actually you've been able to maintain a lot of your key players actually that you had in your winning campaign in 2017. Some new names are coming in your squad. What should we expect from your key signings this time out?
The same as I had last year. I mean, I had 19 games. When I came to the club, I didn't know anybody. I knew a couple of reputations, and a few people had told me about players, my technical staff, my former manager at Kilmarnock, former Gormayer and Arambi Stars coach Bobby Williamson. He told me about the club. And what I tell these players is it's an honour to wear the green and white of Kogalo. So make sure that you're one of the 10 outfield players wearing that. And I've got 3 very good goalkeepers who have got to pick the goalkeeper's jersey. So it's competition. And last year it worked. And we had a very solid back 5. We didn't do too many changes, only through suspension. We didn't have too many injuries, so touch wood, that's going to be the same. But like I said to the players, and I'll say it to them this afternoon in a meeting, tonight at dinner, if you want to go to bed tonight, dream that you're wearing the green and white of Kogalo and make sure that you're one of the 11 players or even on the bench tomorrow for the game.
We're talking about the 11 players who will be playing, and also we'll have the other players on the bench. Jolawi, on your side, what is the morale of these players? We know that there has been monetary issues because of the withdrawal of the sponsor. We know that players will want money. We know that the affairs of the players and also the coach needs to be taken. From where you're sitting, what actually is happening, and what is your morale, and what can you assess, and what's your comment, general, in the issue of sponsorship?
When it comes to the issue of money, the football today is all about money. And there's no way I can say that we can play without money. No. As much as we would say, no, don't put money as a priority. But the world over, money is an issue, a big issue in football. In that case, I would say just ask SportPesa or any other interested party to come in and support Gor Mahia, especially so that money factor is taken care of. On the same note, I also want to say, so far, we have not felt it because our office has really been in charge. The Rechir office, they have been in charge, and therefore, we are not looking at money in regard to this match. In this case, we are going to play, and as things stand now, we just do request that let there come a sponsorship. But I have to appreciate the office, they have done so well. The boys are geared towards this game. It is a honor to them, as coach has put it, and we hope we are going to do our best, money issue aside.
I don't know if you'll agree, money issues aside now, but this is a general concern in the country, and sponsors seems maybe too fear to sponsor the local teams. What's your take on that, Coach?
I just think it'll affect everybody, right from the grassroots level. I mean, I'm here today at Egerton University, and there's two local teams who they're loving the game. They're playing, they're excited, they're competitive. And if once the sponsorship dries up, then these people suffer as well as professional teams. And we've got a massive task. We're in the CAF Champions League that we're hoping to qualify for the group stages. That comes at a financial burden to the club. But I understand SportPesa and the government's position over the betting tax. But surely, for the good of football, for the good of sport, for the good of Kenyan sport, not just football, but for rugby, athletics, swimming, whatever sports that people play in this country, it needs backers, it needs sponsorship. And we need to go to that next level. And by that, we need that support from the people of Kenya, the businesses, the sporting community especially, because everybody wants to succeed. And the Kenyan athletics, for me, is probably number one in the world for long distance running. And that's what I feel proud of when I came to this country, because I know how serious they take their athletics. We should do that with football, because football's the number one sport in the world. And look at the English Premier League. It's getting bigger, it's getting more money. We've got our former sponsors. They sponsor a couple of clubs in the English Premier League. They should be sponsoring the clubs here in this country. They should be working to get the kids better facilities. better opportunities, better chances of being seen, because there's talent here. I'm watching talent here this morning. Some are good, some are very good, some are just normal, your average football player, but they love the football, they love the sport, they love Gor Mahia, they love Kenyan football. So let's grasp it, let's take it to the next level, and let's get Harambee Stars to where it should be for AFCON, because that's another thing that we've got to think about, sponsorship. Harambee Stars, they've got a challenge for qualification for AFCON. It's going to be difficult without that sponsorship.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. But maybe which kind of match should we expect from Gor Mahia tomorrow? Are you going to go cautious? Are you going to go all out attacking? Or will it be a moderated kind of game?
Well, when we had the meeting at the KPL offices, I said it's got to be a spectacle. We've got to start filling the stands with people, getting the young people involved, getting the future of football involved. And I don't know what the charges are for tomorrow, but now we should look at things that are going to encourage people to come through the door, come through and sit in the stands and watch their proud team. We're going to go into the game as we always do, with energy, enthusiasm, and a smile on our faces. It is an opening game. There's nothing really, if you look at it as a footballer, it's an opening game. But if you look at it as a Gor Mahia fan, it's a big game. It's a massive game. It's against our rivals.
It sure is a massive game. And looking on this from the side of FC Leopards have never won the Super Cup. But I was speaking with their manager, and they said they have not, but they will win it. So it's a clear message to Gor Mahia. What actually do you think that Gor Mahia will continue with their super form in the Super Cup this time out again?
Before I react to that, I also just want to let know that at the beginning of the year, we have lost 3 of our great fans. That is Kumu, Soti, Jakababa, and Deep Sea. On behalf of the technical bench and the playing unit, we really condone with the families. But that aside, I would just encourage our fans to keep on coming and let them join us, for the tomorrow's match is a do or die for us, as we don't take it lightly when we are playing FC. As to whether they will win or not, when we are playing Gor, when we are playing FC, there is no match we take. We don't take it lightly, we don't take it easy, we go for a win. So the result of tomorrow, as far as I'm concerned, we are going for a win, and that's what we know, and that's what we are aspiring for.
Going for a win, and that's what we know, that's what we are aspiring. Very, very clear messages from Joe Lowy, the team manager. As we wind up Dylan, maybe a message to the AFC Leopards, who will be very, very eager to know what's your take on that game before the kickoff.
Excuse me, what team we're Gor Mahia? I don't want to speak about any other team apart from Kagalo. I want the fans to go down tomorrow, as the TM says, you are part of our family, we're a part of your family. Together, we want to take it to the next level, and with all your support, your well wishes, we're going to give you a great performance, guys.
Yeah, it is a green army, call about a green family. Yes, they are saying they are one, they are united, and they're very confident that when they step out just to do their duty, as always, what the foot soldiers are expected to do, it is going to be an epic encounter. And yes, oh my, they want to win that tie. So FC Leopards on their side don't expect things to come any easy, because Gor Mahia, they have sharpened their arsenal, they are ready for takeoff, and they are ready to score goals, they are ready to get that much-needed victory. Remember, there is no winning prize for tomorrow's tie, but the bragging rights always comes handy for either of these teams, because they always want to star. That's where we're going to wind up at this point. But after a short break, we're going to be giving you more details in what is happening in the world of sports, not only here in the country, but also all over the world. The Bula Ahmed, there is a lot that we'll be talking about in matters to do with the Kenyan performances today at the Sydney Sevens. Remember, at the same time, we've also had some epic encounters. Kenya Cup is also there to spice today's rugby menu.
Sure, when you start with the Sydney Sevens, I know that yesterday we had a disappointing performance against Argentina, losing 7-5. But today in the morning, around 7 a.m., I think it was a wonderful performance, and it was a fighting spirit from the boys winning the game against France. So we are hoping that is going to be all well.
Yeah, it is going to be all well. It is going to be all epic. We're going to be giving you more updates in the world of sports after this short break. Don't go away. I'm Moses Wahesi.
I'm Abula Ahmed.